This video was brought to you by Squarespace.
There are so many videos I should be making right now instead of this one. So much going on in the industry, in the world of Nintendo. I should be playing the new Pokemon game. Why am I not playing Pokemon right now? I still haven't even put out a full review of Pikmin 4, one of the games we're talking about today. And yet, here we are, against my better judgment, right now. This video is priority number 1. Bear with me. Back in 2020, I put out a video called Were the Pikmin Devs Inspired by Hotel Transylvania 3? To summarize, that was the year Nintendo released Pikmin 3 Deluxe. They added a bunch of really amazing quality of life features, and I felt the best one was a new Quick Rush, where you could charge your Pikmin forward with a single press of the X button without having to lock onto anything. This made the gameplay that much more breezy and intuitive, and helped to further make up for the lack of the swarm ability from Pikmin 1 and 2. It was a terrific addition to the game. And I could not help but notice that I had recently seen this very ability in the Hotel Transylvania 3 movie tie-in game. You heard me correctly. If you weren't aware, Hotel Transylvania 3 Monsters Overboard is a straight-up Pikmin-like. It's a Pikmin game. When the game came out, I picked up a copy and tried it out. You know, I wanted to see what it was like. Maybe I'd get a silly video out of it or something. And it's everything you'd expect from a movie tie-in game. You know, it's cheap, it's janky, it's overall pretty hard to play. But I was really surprised to find that it actually brings some interesting ideas to the Pikmin formula. And perhaps my favorite idea was this charge move. Managing and controlling units is everything with this kind of game, and the ability to just rush everyone forward with one button is just perfect. So indeed, I did end up making a silly video. I posited that maybe, just maybe, the Pikmin team played Hotel Transylvania 3 Monsters Overboard and came away with a little inspiration. I know, it's a ridiculous idea, but these two implementations really are identical. Same button and everything. It's certainly possible that this was a coincidence. Absolutely. I mean, of course it is. Or if they did get the idea from an outside source, maybe it was a different Pikmin-like that I haven't played. I don't know. Ultimately, no one could be certain, but it was fun to consider. Here's the thing, though. Every once in a while, I'll put on an old video of mine, just to take a little trip down memory lane, remind myself what my older videos were like. I saw this one, and I thought, oh yeah, that silly old video, Hotel Transylvania inspiring the Pikmin devs. How ridiculous. And I put it on, and it was difficult to believe what I was seeing and hearing. I spend a good chunk of the video talking about the other good ideas Hotel Transylvania 3 Monsters Overboard brings to the Pikmin formula, and of course, marveling at how strange that idea is. Again, it's not a great game overall, but so many of its ideas are good. I list several of these ideas in the video. Little things, unique spins on the gameplay. I even joke that I could probably make a whole video called What Pikmin 4 Could Learn from Hotel Transylvania 3. And here, watching the video in 2025, 2 years after the actual release of Pikmin 4, I realize that they did use some of these ideas in Pikmin 4. No, not even some. They used nearly all of them. I am not kidding. I think when Pikmin 4 came out, I might have noticed some of this. I want to say I remember talking about it on a stream or something, but if I did pick up on it, I must have not picked up on all of it, or I must have just forgotten to look into it. I don't know how I could be sidetracked away from something so bewildering, so enchanting, but that has to be what happened, because watching this video just blew my mind. Okay, so you want to know what I'm talking about, right? You want to know what these so-called great ideas were? Maybe you're even feeling just a little bit skeptical about this whole thing. You think the rush feature was obviously just a coincidence, and my whole video was a major stretch. Well, I hope you're skeptical. I hope that you doubt me. because I want to know what a true skeptic thinks about all this. I want you to go into this full of doubt, and then tell me what you think. Before we continue, a quick, brief, microscopic little reminder that this video was brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace makes building websites so darn easy, even if you have never built a website in your life. No coding required at all. You just use the intuitive builder to do whatever you want. You can even start with a template if you want things to be that much easier. That's what I did, and it was not long before I had an awesome website. You'd never know that I have no idea what I'm doing. Creating content is just as easy. I paste my text and embed pictures and videos and stuff. I draft everything up, schedule it all to publish and push to social media automatically, and that's it. My site's a blog, but you can do a storefront, something for your business, a content library for hosting your art or your videos or whatever. The sky's the limit. If you need a little extra something, Squarespace offers a lot of powerful extensions, and when all is said and done, you can sit back and enjoy the built-in analytics. See how your site's doing. To try out Squarespace for yourself, head to squarespace.com for a free trial. Then when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/Arlo to save 10% off your first website or domain. And now for today's recommendation, Trader Joe's chocolate coconut almonds. There are a ton of similar chocolate nut things in the world, obviously, but believe me, this one is something special. It's the perfect balance between the chocolate and the coconut flavor. It's the texture of the nut. And all things considered, these have less sugar than you might expect from a candy. It's really not bad. They're so perfect for when you just want a little treat. You just want a little snacky something to eat real slow. Thanks again to Squarespace, and thank you for your time. I hope that you enjoy the rest of the video. I'll let you do that now. All right, so Hotel Transylvania has got bases, just like in Pikmin. You gotta bring all your spoils here, and this is where you store and withdraw your units. Actually, it does this neat thing where all units can be converted as needed. Like if you have 100 total units stored, you can take out any combination of any type. They didn't use that in Pikmin, and I don't think I would necessarily like it in Pikmin, but it is a cool concept. Anyway, instead of just having one base that you bring everything back to, the game offers multiple bases on every map. You unlock them as you explore. Finding a new one is a big whew kind of moment. Suddenly, it's a lot easier to collect stuff in whatever area. This offers a fun sense of progression and allows the game to have much bigger maps than those previously found in Pikmin games. Pikmin 4? Oh, in Pikmin 4, it's the same thing. As you explore, you find and unlock new bases. This is rewarding in its own right, kind of a relieving moment sometimes, and it also allowed the devs to build much bigger, wider spaces to explore. Pikmin 4 doesn't let you choose which base you want to land in at the start of the day, like in Hotel Transylvania, but it does make it very easy to run to each location and move the base around wherever you want. Okay, you might be thinking, sure. That's another thing that Hotel Transylvania 3 did that Pikmin 4 just happened to do as well. Could still be a coincidence easily. Right? Well, we're not done, buddy. Pikmin 1, 2, and 3. Maximum Pikmin count is 100. You can have 100 Pikmin on the field at any given time. You probably already know that, but keep it in mind. So, in Hotel Transylvania 3, the max unit count starts really low. You increase this number by collecting special items. This keeps things simple while the player is still learning how to play, while offering another satisfying sense of progression. Pikmin 4? In the Pikmin 4 game, well, you see, the max unit count starts really low. You increase this number by collecting special items. This keeps things simple while the player is still learning how to play, while offering another satisfying sense of progression. Are you hearing this? This isn't a small idea. This isn't a casual little change. This is one thing that makes Pikmin 4 feel really different from the others when you first started up. And this precise thing was done in Hotel Transylvania 5 years earlier. Another coincidence? Perhaps. Perhaps, I suppose it is still possible. But you want to know something? You want to know how you increase your max units in Hotel Transylvania? Oh, this was the best. This was nuts. Hotel Transylvania 3 used a very clever idea where every treasure that you collect does something for you. Increasing max units, making certain units stronger, all these other buffs and bonuses. So as you play, you're always getting stronger, making the gameplay easier in little incremental bits. And Pikmin 4, huge emphasis on upgrading. Okay, I hear what you're saying. To be fair, Pikmin 2 introduced the idea of some treasures giving bonuses, which was present but considerably scaled back in 3. Hotel Transylvania expanded on the idea, making it a big feature. You might be able to argue that Pikmin 4 does the same, which it could have certainly done on its own without any outside help. But I just can't help but notice that Pikmin 3 scaled back on the idea, then Hotel Transylvania went whole hog on it, and after that, Pikmin 4 also went rather hog on it. Also, the upgrades in 4 feel a lot more constant and sometimes incremental to me, like in Hotel Transylvania. Between rescue gear, pup gear, and pup skills, you're always upgrading. Some bonuses are bigger, but a lot are just these little stat boosts. This is a major feature of the game. And I just think it's crazy that I played Hotel Transylvania and went, oh man, I love how there are tons of little upgrades. I wish Pikmin would do that. And then Pikmin did do that. When we were just talking about the X button to charge thing, I knew I was likely grasping at straws, but it still just seemed so plausible. We got 3 Pikmin games over the span of 12 years. Then we got Monsters Overboard, which featured a very specific control function that I particularly liked and would have loved to see implemented in a real Pikmin game. Then we got a deluxe port of Pikmin 3, and it had the very same feature that functioned in the very same way, even using the very same button. All it would have taken was one member of the Pikmin team doing what I did, deciding to play some Pikmin likes, trying out Hotel Transylvania and seeing that rush move and thinking, you know what? That's a good idea. There wasn't enough evidence for me to know for sure, but it was possible. And then, 5 years after the release of Hotel Transylvania 3, that's a full development cycle right there, we get a new Pikmin game. And it just so happens to feature most of the innovations introduced by Hotel Transylvania. I mean, of course, I still can't say I know for sure. I know game dev is wildly complicated. I know they were stewing on Pikmin 4 for so many years, who knows how far back some of its concepts go. Maybe they planned on making the maps way bigger with multiple bases from the beginning. Maybe limiting the max Pikmin count early on was a natural countermeasure considering the huge number of Pikmin types to choose from and how overwhelming that might be to a new player. And since 4 takes a lot of ideas from 2, maybe upgrades were always gonna be a big feature. Yes, these all could be simple coincidences. But boy, that's a whole lot of coincidences. If I was already moved to make a whole video just based on the rush thing, now all this, this is nuts! And if this is just a coincidence, then you know what? Nintendo needs to find out who on the Hotel Transylvania 3 team came up with these ideas, because clearly they've got a knack for this. As I said in that video, even if the game is really rough, you can't even necessarily blame the devs for it. Like, it's clear this was done on a shoestring budget. It's a movie tie-in game. Like, we all know what to expect. And even if the end result isn't fun to play, per se, someone clearly loved on this project. Somebody sat down and thought, what cool new ideas could I bring to the Pikmin formula? If I made a Pikmin game, what might I do differently? I mean, who even expected the 3rd Hotel Transylvania movie tie-in game to be a Pikmin-like in the first place? It's a little hard for me to believe that the execs at Sony Pictures asked for this. If they followed standard practice, I'm pretty sure they just asked for a game, a video game. Dear developers, please make us a game that looks like the movie we are selling. Here's $500 and some pizza coupons. Thanks. Love, Sony. And someone at Taurus Games, maybe they saw this as something of a blank check kind of opportunity, and they decided to sneakily make their own little Pikmin game. And they pitched the idea, and it was accepted. And I imagine the Sony execs said something along the lines of, "We don't care what the gameplay is like, why are we still talking about this? You have 3 weeks, so you better get started." Like, I haven't seen the actual movie, but at first, I assumed that the game had to be pretty similar, right? Like, it's gotta be. No, there are no Impas in the movie. Yeah, they're called Impas, weirdly enough. There's another Nintendo connection, I guess. And I do not believe there is any point in the film when Adam Sandler Dracula makes friends with little creatures of any kind. Monsters Overboard, in its own weird way, is clearly an inspired project. This may have been a quick, whatever, cash-in kind of job for a big movie studio, but at least one person on the team, maybe the whole team, but at least one person cared about this and has some decent design chops. If it is true that no one on the Pikmin team played this game, then it means one or more people at Taurus Games set out to innovate on the Pikmin formula and arrived at many of the same precise ideas as the actual Pikmin designers. And I think that's pretty impressive. And it's a shame to see that Taurus Games isn't doing so well. Apparently the company's existed for over 30 years. I had no idea. They've done loads and loads of licensed games and partnered with tons of big companies. They worked on World War Z Aftermath, which was really, really good. But somewhat recently, they couldn't find enough work and ran out of money and had to lay off the whole team, which was apparently just 8 people. Right now, the company's founder, Bill McIntosh, is the only one left, and he says they're hibernating until a good opportunity comes along. Is this Bill McIntosh, the secret Pikmin lover and genius designer behind Monsters Overboard? Maybe we'll find out someday. Perhaps more than ever, I would like to know what you think down in the comments. Could I possibly be onto something here, or do I have just a big old handful of straws right now? And, yeah, that's it, isn't it? That's it for the fun, silly Hotel Transylvania Pikmin video that I suddenly got really inspired to do. Guess now it's time to go back to making videos about how Nintendo's bad or the game industry is doomed or whatever. Rah! Prices! Prices are too high! Greed! The greed! Microtransactions! AAA bubble gonna burst? Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna play some Pikmin.